Echo. Bedroom lights on. Hey, chat. How are you? Sighs in a remorseful manner. So, I don't know if you heard, but I lift. I'm really strong. And but during the pandemic, when Gavin Newsom closed gyms for a couple months, I bought my own gym. I bought my own weights, and I use them in our garage as my little gym. And we have two one-car garages that are joined by a curve, a 90-degree angle. So I would have to move my car out of my spot in the garage and then set up a bench and dumbbells there. And it was a whole deal. But I lift. I'm really strong. And so I had about 200 pounds of weights. I bought this adjustable mobile dumbbell set. So you get a bunch of bars, you get a bunch of plates, and then you throw them on a bar. You throw the plate on a bar, and you have a little screw thingy that you can you tighten so the weights stay on there. So you can have it, and you have various weights. You have 2 pounds, 5, and by the way, it was all in kilograms for whatever reason. And then because we did all the conversions, and I don't know why, we had some fingernail polish around, like some spare unused fingernail polish. And so I would write 2.9 kilograms was what was imprinted on the plate, the weight plate, kilograms, 2.9, and then I put equals 6.6 pounds. I would write 6.6 in some like hot pink fingernail color. It was a whole thing. But I did that for a couple months while Gavin Newsom kept the gyms closed. And it was fine, but once the gyms reopened, thank goodness, I just put them all in the corner of what we call the annex. It's a little side room on that garage. And it just sat there collecting dust and cobwebs, and spiders made their homes there. It was lovely. But then a week ago, someone on our West Sacramento Facebook, which is very active, sometimes pithy, but for the most part, it's a good experience. She said, a gal named April Thornborough said, hey, my high schooler is playing football for River City High School. My son is playing football for River City High School, and he needs some weights to lift at home. He needs some weights so he can lift some weights at home before school gets back in, so he can get his swole on, as it were. And I respond and I say, yo, I got these adjustable dumbbells. They're all yours. Let me know if you want them, when you want them. And April gave me her address ASAP, a little too fast. And I was like, all right, simmer down, lady. But we set up a time. We're messaging back and forth on Facebook. Set up a time, and I went over there on Saturday morning. And on my way over there, I was thinking, I may be walking into a trap. It's a trap, and I may get robbed for my 4-year-old adjustable weights, which back then they were the whole set was $150. And I thought, this isn't the best idea. But I meet people off Facebook to buy things for various economic transactions and retail product transactions, and it's been fine. But while I'm driving over there, I was like, okay, this could turn out bad. I could die. This could be a mistake. But I just thought, April, if you don't strong arm robbery me, then I won't strong arm robbery you. Let's get together. Let's be friends. Pull up. And they had cars everywhere, like on their front lawn, on their driveway, on the side of their driveway. I was like, oh, what the hell's going on here? But it turns out April wasn't there, but a guy greeted me. And I said, hey, I got some weights for your son. He's like, oh, yeah. So Nice fella. He's a stepdad, I found out. So we just started grabbing a bunch of weights from my trunk that I had loaded up. And I told him I was like, the clamps they can come loose, the little screwy things, but you can get them on Amazon like four for $10 or whatever. But they've been sitting in our garage in the heat. They're probably warped. They're probably cracked a little. So just tell your stepson to be careful, to chillax. I've never had a weight actually fall on my face or anything or my foot, but the screws can come loose, and it is potentially dangerous. But just tell him to mind his P's and Q's, and he should be okay. The sun wasn't there, but I feel like I should have given him a lesson in lifting, because I lift. I'm really strong, and when I was in high school, I would appreciated some advice and tips from a professional. So that's it. It was quick. We just grabbed a bunch of weights, went to his backyard, dropped them off, came back to my trunk, grabbed some more weights, some bars, went to his backyard, and they had a bunch of crap back there. But in addition to some weights and stuff, and their garage was full of crap also. But it was fine. I was like, all right, see ya, thank you. I was so glad that they found a nice home and they're being put to use instead of just sitting there wasting away and turning into the earth over a long period of time. Do weights decompose? Do plastic weights decompose? I don't know. But come home, and I'm thinking, all right, April's going to be like, hey, thanks for all that. Thanks. Really appreciate you. Da-da-da. Nothing. Radio silence. And I was like, really, lady? So I messaged her and I said, hey, thanks for letting me unload all that stuff. And I'm glad that it's being put to good use. And she said, oh, no problem. Thank you. And I was like, okay. I did get the thank you, but it was I had to take a round trip to get that thank you. And I was like, should have been more forward with your thank you, April Thornborough. I got new shoes. So for past few years, I've been wearing high tops. I had a pair of steel toe high tops for work, Reebok, and then I had some white off-brand, generic, no brand Temu high tops for a couple years. Had both of them for a couple years. I just got tired of high tops, and I can't wear ankle socks or low cut socks. Although I don't like the low cut, because 2 minutes into wearing them, it's like wrapped around your heel, and you're like, what the hell? How do the ballerinas keep their low socks and little, what are those things called? They're practically socks, ballerina shoes. How do they keep them up? So I was like, okay, I'm going low top both ways. Got some low top red Pumas for work, and I got some low top. I got some low top sneakers from Amazon for $40, and my Pumas, my steel toes for work, they're reimbursed. I get them for free essentially. But my home sneakers, I was like, well, I want to get some Nikes. I want to get some, but they're so gosh dang expensive. $150, $170 for stuff I like. So I got some shoes from Amazon, and it's just like anything on Amazon. It's a company you've never heard of, and they make a bunch of cheap crap, and they ship it from not America. And this particular brand was called Chop Ben, because all those wacky names are so they avoid trademark infringement. But I was like, they look cool, and they're low top, and they look like they have the form factor of a athletic sneaker. So I was like, I'll give them a shot. $40. Right away, my feet hurt. Specifically, it was like grabbing on my right pinky toe, my right pinky toesies, but I thought, okay, well, I need to break them in. So give me a week, give me 2 weeks. Just like any shoes that you have at first, sometimes they hurt and you're like, I just need to break it in. No worries. Those shoes did not break in. I have had them over a month. They're still like grabbing on my pinky toe. It hurts. And before doing irreparable damage and just continuing to grin and bear it, because it's not like horrifying pain, but it's like, oh, this does not feel right. So I was like, okay, well, it's time to pony up and get some Nikes, some knee Ks, as they pronounced it in Back to the Future 3. So I hopped on Nike.com, got some new sweet kicks for $90, which is pricey. But I wanted quality. I wanted my footsies to be okay. And yeah, yes, they're also made in another country, not America, but Chop Ben was made at like the third best sweatshop in insert third world country here. And Nike, my current Nikes were made at the second best sweatshop, where they have standards, where they employ solid labor practices. But I got them yesterday. The material is a little different. It's more like meshy, like kind of shiny than I thought it would be clothy, more solid colored. The pictures were misleading on Nike.com, but they look fly, they look dope, they look FTD, fresh to death. And I wore them yesterday just around the house because they were brand new. Otherwise, it's a no shoes in the house policy, okay? As rapper Roddy Ricch says, don't wear no shoes in my house. So I just wore them, Carolyn and I were watching Love After Lockup, just hanging out. And they felt good. And I was like, you know what? This is worth $90. Chop Ben, not worth 40. Nike Nikkei, definitely worth 90. So I'm going to start hitting the treadmill. And it's going to be on and popping. I'll give the Chop Ben to Goodwill. And then I'm going to give my Reebok high tops to Goodwill. My low top Puma, red ones, they're fine. I mean, they're steel toe. They're about as nice as steel toe can be. But I do like them. My 30-year high school reunion happened. Wow, has it been that long? And I didn't go, but saw a bunch of pictures because I'm still friends with a bunch of my high school buddies and friends on Facebook. Even though we have no actual real connection, we have the Facebook connection, which is superficial enough for me. Right away, so I'm looking through a bunch of pictures. I recognize the guys super easily, but the gals, I was like, who's that? Who? I don't recognize. She went to high school with us. What's her name? What happened to her? So do women age differently than men? They must. But then the other possibility is that I couldn't get arrested in high school. Barely anyone knew me. Girls didn't pay me no mind, no attention. So maybe that's just I just don't recognize them. I barely looked at them 30 years ago, and so now I'm still what's going on there? Who are you? I went to my 20 year, and it was fine. I mean, I enjoyed it, but you get into the position of, yeah, some people that you were really close to and still pretty tight with. It's cool to see them, but then there's a lot of people who you didn't talk to in high school, you didn't know in high school, you didn't associate with in high school, you just barely knew them of their existence, or you didn't even know their existence at all, or in the 20 plus years you forgot their name, you forgot their existence. So you're in this situation of, hi, I barely knew you 30 years ago, and now here we are. But it was cool going through all the pictures. Lots of people aged well, although I would think that if you're going to your 30-year high school reunion, you aged well because you want to show off. You want to say, check out my 30-year glow up. David Savarese was there. His dad drove a Ferrari back in the day. Ooh, big time. But now he uses his Facebook to constantly promote his tiny homes selling gig. So to him, it was just a sales call. Okay, Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, ABC, always be closing.
And oop.
Okay, so my friend Anthony Baez turned 47, and his wife Arlene hit me up on the Facebook and said, "We're having a party. Pull up, come through, let's go, LFG, let's do this." And right away I was like, I'm down. Bet I'll be there or I'll be square. Because I just don't see my friends no more. First of all, Carolyn doesn't let me have friends. Second of all, and thirdly, but I was gung ho. I was like, honey, we're going, because I haven't seen Anthony. It wasn't our wedding, but it was shortly after our wedding where they had a party, and they're in Newark, Fremont, Bay Area. And so, but that was 5-ish years ago, the last time I saw him. So from the jump, I was like, we're going, because I never see my friends no mo, and I miss them. So every opportunity I get, I'm gonna see them. Although I didn't go see my friends at the high school reunion. Sorry. But as time passed, I was thinking financially, get a hotel, $150, not bad. But then gas there would be another 50-ish bucks. And then Ubers to and fro, because we be drinking. Oh, we would be drinking. And then maybe a gift for Aunt, although we're guys. Of course we don't buy each other gifts for birthday, okay? We're men. Men. We don't buy each other's gifts. So in the end, the financial hit just would have been too much. So I said, Arlene, I miss you, I love you, and I would love to go, but I'm not gonna, I'm passing right now. It doesn't make financial prudence, but hit me up on his 48th, definitely his 50th. We'll do something. We'll get together. I blame our air conditioner. Okay, our air conditioner. It was $7, $7,500 out of our pocket, and I'm still making monthly payments to the bank of Grandma Tian, $300, and funds are just tight right now. But we said, well, we could do a couple vacations, couple hotels, we could do Reno, we could do Tahoe, we could do this, we could do that. Or we could get a brand new air conditioning HVAC, and we chose the HVAC, and I'm sitting pretty right now. It's 98 degrees outside, and I'm on my bed. It's a calm, cool 74, and I gotta say, it's worth it. The HVAC has been a game changer, a life changer. And yeah, we haven't done jack this summer other than the Fisher Castle, which Carolyn's parents paid for, but whatever. I'm comfortable in my own home, and that's all that matters. Next year, next tax refund, we timed it all with our tax refund, getting the new HVAC. Next tax refund, new blinds, because Frankie has destroyed several of our window blinds, and animal-proof window screens, because Frankie destroys several of our window screens. And it's why we can't keep our windows open overnight. And it's why our condo stays warm, toasty overnight in the summer months, which is fine. It's not too bad. But I would like to leave the windows open all night while it's nice and cool outside. As my Grandma Teen used to say, fresh air. And we just can't do that because of our dumb cat. And it annoys me, but if we get new blinds, pet-proof blinds, pet-proof window screens, I think that's where we'll spend our dinero, our tax refund next year. And I mean, the HVAC was 7 G's, 7 to 8 G's, but blinds and some window screens, I think 1 to 2 G's, so it won't be too bad. We'll still be able to get out and about. Some bargains at the grocery outlet bargain market that I passed on recently. Okay, they got the 2-pound bag of Dot's honey mustard pretzels for $8, which is the same size and the same price as Costco, or as my mom pronounces it, Costco. But Gross Out had the honey mustard flavor, and Costco only has the original regular flavor or whatever, which I've had. It's fine, I guess, whatever. But I don't like pretzels, but Dot's honey mustard pretzels are so flippin' good. Giant 2-pound bag for $8. Screaming deal, but I had to walk away from the situation. And I thought to myself, this is the most difficult decision I've ever made in my life, but I'm not doing this. I'm not purchasing these pretzels because I'm on track or something. I'm low carb or something. Oh, it hurt me. It scratched the fabric of my being. They also had a 2-pound box. It was 2 1-pound bags of Wheat Thins for $6, which is a banging deal. An 8-ounce box of Wheat Thins at the Walmart, or as my mom pronounces it, Walmart, is almost $4 for 8 ounces. So 2 pounds, aka 32 ounces, for $6. It was just stupid not to buy it. But I said no. I passed. Serenity now. I did not buy it. And it was, I cried myself to sleep that night. Okay, well, I think I'm done. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace out. See ya. Late. I'm Audi 5000 G money. Peace. Late. Did you, as a high schooler in the early to mid 90s in Southern California, San Diego, did you end phone calls with late? Oh yeah. That was a winner. Late.